This is the Oasis. It's a place where the limits of reality are your own imagination. You can do anything. Go anywhere. Like the Vacation Planet. Surf a 50-foot monster wave in Hawaii. You can ski down the pyramids. You can climb Mount Everest with Batman.
If we're gonna date, you may have to defeat my 7 evil exes.
You have 7 evil ex-boyfriends, and I have to fight, defeat your 7 evil exes if we're going to continue to date?
Pretty much.
So what you're saying right now is we are dating?
It's movie night at the Silver Age Cinema, and tonight runs on game rules. Ready Player One dives headfirst into a virtual universe, while Scott Pilgrim vs. the World treats love like a high-score challenge. But first... In the near future, the real world is bleak.
There's nowhere left to go. Nowhere. Except the Oasis.
A massive virtual universe where you could be anyone, go anywhere, and live inside pop culture dreams.
The Oasis was the brainchild of James Halliday.
But when the creator of the Oasis dies, he leaves behind a final challenge, a hidden digital Easter egg that grants total control over the system and unimaginable power. Teenager Wade Watts gets pulled into a high-stakes global hunt that stretches across the virtual worlds and real-world danger. As rival players, corporate mercenaries, and old-school puzzle-solving collide, the game turns deadly.
Welcome to the rebellion, Wade.
What starts as an escape becomes a fight over who gets to shape the future, and whether the Oasis remains a playground or becomes a weapon. Steven Spielberg directs Ready Player One almost entirely inside a digital world, built through motion capture. Before this, he made Minority Report, another future-facing story. He said that this was his toughest shoot since Saving Private Ryan, because every creative decision had to be locked before a frame was shot. Ty Sheridan plays Wade Watts, a determined underdog gamer chasing meaning inside the Oasis. Here's Ty talking about his first encounter with Spielberg.
We had 2 weeks of rehearsal on our own. On the last day of our rehearsals, Steven actually showed up. He said, I just want to capture you walking. I want you to do like the John Travolta walk from the beginning of Saturday Night Fever. I'm standing there on the motion capture floor, and it's just me on one side and him on the other, and I'm waiting for him to call action, but he's not saying anything. And then he pulls out his phone, and then he hits play, and he starts playing Stayin' Alive by the Bee Gees. And he starts walking towards me, and he's playing the song for like 15 seconds, nodding his head. And then he goes, and action. And then that was, so that was like my first experience working with Steven.
Olivia Cook is Samantha Evelyn Cook, a fearless rebel who refuses to let the virtual world replace the real world. Ben Middleton plays Nolan Sorrento, a corporate control freak who treats imagination like a business plan. And Mark Rylance stars as James Halliday, a brilliant but lonely creator hiding his regrets inside a digital universe. Ready Player One is a sci-fi action blast that runs almost entirely on speed, spectacle, and pop culture knowledge. It's packed wall-to-wall with references from Back to the Future to the Iron Giant, King Kong, and especially The Shining. Character depth isn't the main draw here, because it's a non-stop adrenaline rush built out of movies, TV, video games, and computer culture. Spielberg keeps the chaos clean and understandable, even when the screen is overflowing with information. The set pieces build like levels in a video game, starting with that insane opening race. And eventually wrapping up into a full-scale, in-game style battle that goes all out. It almost demands repeat viewings just to catch everything flying past you.
It's fucking Chucky!
If you're in the mood for spectacle, speed, and a reminder that a better reality awaits, this absolutely delivers. They were only able to use about 80% of the material they wanted because of the copyright restrictions. Spielberg wasn't even allowed to include Close Encounters of the Third Kind, one of his own films. Because of that, a planned Blade Runner sequence was replaced with The Shining, and Ultraman was swapped out with the Iron Giant, both of which ended up being great upgrades. My enjoyment rating for this digital playground of a movie is a B+.
No man is a failure who has friends.
In a version of Toronto where everyday life quietly obeys video game rules, Scott Pilgrim is a well-meaning slacker who thinks he's figured things out until he meets Ramona Flowers, a mysterious delivery girl who crashes into his life and completely rewires it.
I'll leave you alone forever now.
Trying to win her over pulls Scott into something way bigger
Are you waiting for the package you just ordered?
Maybe.
than a messy love story. One by one, Ramona's 7 evil exes step out of the past to challenge him.
Wait, we're fighting over Ramona?
Didn't you get my email explaining the situation?
I skimmed it.
As the fights escalate, Scott has to confront his own immaturity, selfish choices, and what it actually means to earn love.
Break out the L word.
Lesbian?
The other L word.
Lesbians?
What's at stake isn't just the girl, it's whether he grows up in time to deserve her at all.
What are you doing?
Getting a life.
Edgar Wright directs Scott Pilgrim vs. the World with pure rhythm, every cut, hit, and joke landing on the beat. Before this, he made Baby Driver, another film built around music and movement. Wright has said he treated this like a musical, except instead of singing and dancing, the characters break out in fights. Michael Cera stars as Scott Pilgrim, a well-meaning slacker whose confidence only kicks in once the fight starts. Here's Michael with his thoughts.
It was a long shoot, I think. I mean, for me in particular, because other people kind of came and went, you know. But I was there for, I think, 9 months or something, which is like an enormous amount of time to work on something. But it was so much fun all the time because we just had the greatest vibe with everybody. I think that basically trickled down from Edgar and the energy that he was creating. And we all got to rehearse together and spend a lot of time together before we even started making the movie. By the end of the movie, I felt like this is my world. This is my group of friends. It kind of feels like, oh, this is always going to be this way. And honestly, I kind of was a little depressed when we were done because it all just goes away, and you're like, where did everybody go? You know? So you kind of get used to that as you get older and as you're acting for a while, but I was sad to lose it. I could have kept making that forever.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead is Ramona Flowers, a cool, guarded mystery with baggage she refused to sugarcoat. Kieran Culkin plays Wallace Wells, Scott's razor-sharp roommate whose superpower is sarcasm. And Jason Schwartzman plays Gideon Grays, a smug, controlling ex who turns into the ultimate boss fight. Scott Pilgrim is a movie that doesn't play by anyone else's rules. It's a romantic action comedy that looks like a comic book, sounds like a garage band, and moves like a video game that you don't want to pause. Based on Brian Lee O'Malley's graphic novel, the movie leans hard into its look. The humor is quick, visual, and non-stop. And the whole thing moves to a killer soundtrack that pushes the tone and fuels the energy.
This is the beginning of the song.
Besides the leads, the cast is stacked. You've got Chris Evans, Aubrey Plaza, Brie Larson, and Anna Kendrick.
Maybe next time we don't date the girl with 11 evil ex-boyfriends.
7.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Amongst others. Edgar Wright gives everyone a distinct voice and keeps the chaos clean and controlled.
If I peed my pants, would you pretend I just got wet from the rain?
It's not raining.
Oh.
The pacing is razor sharp. There's no dead air, no dragging scenes, just constant forward momentum. It's totally original, endlessly rewatchable, and still unlike anything before or since. Truly an epic of epic epicness. This was a box office bomb, but it's grown into a full-on cult favorite, even launching an animated series. Besides Michael Cera, who already played bass, the band learned their instruments and sang the original songs written by Beck, which gives everything that garage band feel. Then you've got the Easter eggs, like the Fantastic Four shirt after beating Chris Evans, or the quick Zelda music shout-out. It's the kind of movie that gets better the more you revisit it. My enjoyment rating for this electric joyride of a movie is an A.
That gossipy bitch.
It's actually a really good garlic bread.
Garlic bread is my favorite food. I could honestly eat it for every meal. Or just eat it all the time without even stopping.
You get fat.
No, why would I get fat?
Bread makes you fat.
Bread makes you fat?
All right, one sec, guys. Thanks for stopping by, and please consider subscribing. Here's another musical comedy that you may have missed. We'll see you next time at the Silver Age Cinema, where one movie is never enough.